morning. So I'm really, really happy to welcome one of our AEC members today, Lynne Haddow. And Lynne is from Extincts. She's the co-founder. And we just want to have a little chat about how that came about, where she is in her business just now, and how we can help her, and how you can actually get involved with Lynne at Extincts. So welcome, Lynne.
Hi,
How are you this morning?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. So Extincts, it's a social enterprise, so it's called Extincts CIC. But what is social enterprise? And a lot of people get a little bit scared when you say social enterprise and think it's this something that's weird and wonderful out there and something they can't get involved with. It's not a charity. We have charities, but social enterprise is just a business like any other business. It just means that they're putting back into something that they believe in, whether that's a community, whether it's animals, whether it's whatever it is that you're actually passionate about. And that's all it is. It's a general business like any other. So, Lynne, can you tell us a little bit about how Extincts came about and why did you decide to go as a social enterprise?
Okay, well, thank you for that. First of all, that was a really good explanation of what a social enterprise is, because a lot of people are really not sure what it is at all. But it is not a charity, but we are signed up to do good things and give back to the community, be that the local community or the global community, as it seems to be for us at Extincts. Extincts is a educational conservation organisation, right? So we have a game and we have clothing, which is the two different prongs. But we decided to get into this social enterprise area because we used to travel a lot. We used to work away abroad internationally for big companies, and we saw a lot of devastation in virgin rainforests and the damage that we're doing as humans, we're doing to the planet. So we tried to work out what we could do to try and help.
I know it's different because there's a lot now, isn't it? Because there's a lot of damage happening, and it's caused by us humans that are actually doing that side of things. And for change, it's only ourselves that can actually make that change. And we are becoming a lot more conscious of what we're doing, maybe personally in our lives, with our recycling or whatever it is we're doing with that. And so, how is that actually? How are you helping um, the animal kingdom, shall we say, and I guess it's because it's animals that are becoming extinct. Is that the main feature of it?
That's the idea. We are all about endangered animals. Our app, our game is an app for smartphones and tablets, and it has 45 endangered animals that are currently endangered at this point, out of the 28,000 that the IUCN Red List have listed at the minute. We support different conservation charities as well, so that's how we help. The profits that we get in go out to the conservation charities that are doing the frontline work.
What kind of animals is there that are coming up and that sort of thing? What's the one you wouldn't know?
Well, everybody knows like the polar bear and the snow leopard and hawksbill turtles, sea turtles, that kind of thing. Everybody knows that these big ones that are very famous, the panda, that are on the verge of going extinct themselves just now because there's not enough habitat for them. There's just not enough places for them to live because there's so many of us now that they're cutting back the natural rainforest for planting crops to keep us fed and housing to house the population that is just growing and growing and growing. So we're taking over all those animal kingdom and just ruining it for them.
Mm-hmm. So the game, because I know we were at a networking event and you were talking to somebody I don't have children, so I don't do gaming or anything like that. But you were talking about the gaming, but I kind of missed the conversation. So how does that work? What sort of age range are you talking about, and how are they getting involved with that and making them aware? How does that work?
It is, like I said, it's an app, so it's on your smartphone or tablet. And we aim it at kids from age 6 to 12 kind of age because they're the ones that are interested in animals. They're all about absorbing all this knowledge. They learn so much stuff in school, and they like to play games as well. It works like an old-fashioned sticker book. Like we used to have when we were kids, you would go to the shop, buy a pack of stickers, you get 10 stickers, you put them in your book, and then you get some duplicates. So you swap with your friends, which ones have you got? I'll give you that one for this one. And we used to really enjoy doing that at school. And we know that kids still do it to this day. It's one of those things that's lasted. Everybody's done it at some point. So we decided to make that into a digital game. And we have the cards that you buy in the game is obviously where the revenue comes from. And those cards have pictures of the animals and information about the animals as well. And you make your collection. So you have 4 cards for every animal. Once you've collected them, you get your 3D printed virtual animal itself that goes into your collection in your app.
Wow. Because I know that when you were talking to Paul about it, and he said he actually got into it. So I guess adults can use it as well. I think.
Well, that's the thing. We aim it at kids from age 6 to 12, but it seems to be kids of all ages because, yes, adults, parents, all sorts like to play it as well. Yeah.
And I know that Paul had said he's like, oh, he was dying to get another sticker, but he says, can you buy them? Is that something you could do? Can you actually buy the sticker?
You can go to there's a shop in the app that you can go and you can buy packs of stickers. Oh. And that'll give you an extra 10 coins, will get you 10 stickers. And you can get your duplicates. You can swap your duplicates with your friends in the game. So you have to know your friend's nickname. You get a nickname when you first register for the game. Mine is Flying Forest Goose, in case anyone's looking for me. And you ask your friend, do you want to swap? You get to go and swap your cards to build your collection that way.
Brilliant. And what's your audience then? Is this like a local audience or are you worldwide? How does that work?
I'm proud to say that it is pretty much worldwide. There's lots of various people in various countries that have picked it up, either from people that we know that are in different countries. And it's just kind of spread. It's in the app stores for Google Play and for the Apple App Store, so it is available worldwide. And yeah, we have audience just about everywhere. It's good.
That's actually good because it's good for then children to be then connecting with people in other countries, which is all educational in itself, isn't it really? Because then they're getting to know, we've all got different ways of how we live and things like that, and it's opening up in a safe way, I'm guessing.
It is. There is no actual possibility for conversation with other people. There is a chat function, but it's all set phrases like "Hi, how are you? Want to trade? Yes, no, maybe." It's all short phrases that can be used, but you don't actually get a chance to have a conversation.
Right, so that's giving the parents a little bit of security there, that they know that they're not, because it is quite scary. Online stuff can be quite scary, but it's getting them used to being and knowing that they are talking to somebody the other side of the world. Because just now, none of us are traveling, so you're not going to actually meet anybody the other side of the world just now. So yeah, it's making that just a little bit smaller, isn't it?
It is, but yes, we have a big focus on safety and how it has to be as safe as possible for kids to play. We don't have any advertisements or anything in there. We see a lot of games for kids that are all about flashing lights and bright colours and come play this game and spend more time playing this game. And we're not up for that at all. We're trying to make it just solely a safe place that you can go. You go there to play your Extincts game, to build your collection, to learn about the animals, and that's it.
And know what's actually happening out there, because it could get to the point that you're never going to be able to see that animal in real life again, because
it's come to that point really quickly.
It is, and in various ways we're not getting to see these animals in real life, but so that's brilliant. So what other ways then do you, as a company, as a business, are you building that up? Have you got other products that you use, or?
We do. We also have, let me show you just right here, I have one of our products up. Our Extincts hoodies. This was part of the Whale Shark collection, which was launched earlier this year. We have socially acceptable, sustainable, ethically made, certified organic. These produced in sites that have fair trade, fair pay for the workers. It's all about being as above board as possible, where we source everything from, how it's done, what business is made, all the kind of the supply chain is completely transparent and as ethical as possible. So it's good for the planet and for you.
Brilliant.
And it's really cozy.
I know, it's great. That's great, because we're now coming into the cold weather. I'm sitting here with my scarf on because I'm cold today. So But you're doing, what else do you do?
There's t-shirts and there's vests and there's jumpers and there's various things that are on our website. We've got a shop website.
So that's for all ranges, so children up to adults?
Yep. And everything is printed on demand, so there's no stockpiling of anything. With the technology that it's made, you just go in, you make your order, it's printed and sent out to you with no plastic wrapping. It comes out in the post.
Glad to hear that.
Yeah,
and it's coming up for Christmas, so we're needing Christmas presents.
It is. Well, there you go. Your your conservation conscious friends and family could definitely do with a hoodie this Christmas or a t-shirt or something.
Yeah, that's brilliant. That's a brilliant idea. I love that. And it is practical, but then it's also, you're also giving jobs to people, because then you're creating that. So it's not just you're not going to some of these sweatshops and such and doing that. You're being ethical about everything. So I think that's
absolutely. And it's all renewable energy sources as well. So they use wind power and they use solar power and they use renewable recycled water, that kind of thing, to make their organic cotton, which is amazing.
So how did you get into this then? What was the inspiration for that?
It's a very good question. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. Like I say, we used to travel a lot and we saw the devastation that was happening, and we just had to find a way to do something that was going to benefit the planet a little bit.
Do you have a love for animals? Is it that kind of thing? What about the ethical side of stuff?
I've always loved animals and I've always loved the planet. Like when I was a child of the 80s, so we were saving the whale. I was saving the whale in the Body Shop at the time I was 10 years old. You know, the Body Shop came out, and that's one big inspiration for me wanting to get into business in the first place. Actually, was Anita Roddick. I founded the Body Shop that was cruelty-free products. They would recycle all their containers. You took them back to the shop when you were finished, and it was a lot less waste than everything else.
Yeah, it was a great starter for a lot of it there. It was a good model.
Yeah, and they do such really good things, and they're still going strong, which is
that's fantastic. So how are you doing this? Are you a sole business? Do you run yourself? Do you have staff?
There are just two of us. There's my husband and myself. We are co-founders of Extincts. We have bootstrapped everything up until now. We've brought in freelancers to work on the projects for us to create the actual app and do all the techie programming stuff. The guys that we worked with there in Paperbirds were amazing. They were so good at being able to create the whole. It's set in space, so it's set in the future.
All right, okay.
And they helped with everything they did. They had some fantastic ideas, and they really built a great product. We've had other social enterprises who have helped doing designs for things, other freelancers that we've been able to engage for doing designs for the t-shirts and stuff like that.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Who's coming up with the design for that kind of thing?
Yep, and we had corporate funding coming in, which was great until COVID happened, and then we don't have any corporate funding anymore. But we do have our app, which is fully functioning out there, quite happily chugging along without much investment. And we have our clothing designs, which now I'm happy to say that we have some volunteers that are volunteering their time, their skills and their effort to just give us some fabulous designs so that we can put them out there on our t-shirts.
That's brilliant. And it's good because it's difficult just now, because I know a lot of people, and is that mostly students that you've got that are volunteering for you, or?
They are a range of people from all over the world, and from all over like different types of businesses and different types of stages in their career. There's a lot of people just now looking for something positive to be doing with their time when they can't be out doing the normal things that they would do. So we've been really lucky in finding a coalition of the willing that are willing to donate their time and their fabulous skills to help Extincts.
So if anyone's out there and they're looking to set up to be a social enterprise or socially conscious, what's the first step? What do you think they should do?
The first step for building a social enterprise, creating a social enterprise.
Yes.
It's as easy as pie. You have your idea, you know what it is you want to do, get focused on what it is that you want to do and your end game, and then set up your company. It's not as hard as you think.
That's quite easy. And so for you getting your volunteers, where did you go? How did you find the volunteers?
We did there's a few places you can go for volunteers that you post a project, say you want your social media being looked after, maybe your Facebook, for example. You can go on to various volunteer platforms online and put up a project. I've got this product to launch. Can I get some help with the marketing of it or whatever? And they will send you, connect you with volunteers who are also there looking for projects to get involved with. Mm-hmm. The most recent one we did was a company called We Make Change.
Okay.
And they are a social enterprise, and they have connected us with some fantastic people.
Brilliant. That's good to know. Because always, I think some people that you don't know what you don't know, and EEC used to be a social enterprise itself. I run networking events, and it used to be social enterprise. And I get a lot of people because I had set up as a social enterprise before, and people are just going, "What do I do? Where do I go? What's because they think it's something that's mystical out there, but it's just normal. It's just a normal business. But sometimes, depending on how you set up your social enterprise, you could be just a socially conscious business. So it could just be a regular business, but you decide to put your profits into something that helps a cause that you believe in, whether it's your local community or whether you want to benefit you guys and Extincts. Then that's your social conscience on there. But then you've got your charitable statuses, which a lot of people kind of know now. But you're what you call a KIC, which is a community interest company. Or you could be a SCIOM, which we said, and I was trying to remember what that was, and you said it was Scottish.
It's Scottish charitable something in organisation. I've forgotten what it is now.
Yeah. So I think my understanding of that SCIO is halfway between a charity and a social enterprise, isn't it?
It is Scottish Charitable Incorporated Organisation.
Right, thank you for that, because I couldn't remember what it was either. Yes, so there are different options on there, and so there's help. There's always help out there for people, and it's like just reaching out. I'm sure if somebody had any questions, you'd be quite happy to have a chat with them.
Of course, yeah, of course.
Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll put in Lynne's links on our website, and if you want to get in touch with Lynne, I'm sure she'll help you. But how can we help you? What's your next thing? What do you need help with?
At the moment, we need help with building our community, building our player base. More people need to know about Extincts and how they can play and how they can help. 70% of all of our profits go to our core beneficiaries. So we support certified, real charitable organisations. We need to have more players. So when new players come in, it's a bit like anything else. Once you have lots of players come in, you've then got lots of friends online that you can go and swap your cards and build your collection and get more, like your collection grows faster.
Okay.
But then in order to be able to get those people to get online, you have to be able to reach out to more people, and it's more fun to do when there's more fun playing. Mm-hmm. What we found people actually enjoy doing is playing it in company with people. So maybe you're doing it as a Zoom call these days, but you can be on the app, on your separate app, and you're playing with your friends and family, whatever they happen to be. I've got such and such, how many cards have you got? Let's swap something. And you can do it all online that way. And it's a bit like a parlour game of an evening, which can be quite amusing. We've had some amount of giggles with our friends that have done all the testing and stuff for us as well. So yes, you can help it by getting the word out there, signing up and playing Extincts with your friends and family, and helping build the community that's online that's there.
So who's your beneficiaries? Who benefits from it?
Split our profits. We have 70% of our profits that come in get split equally between 4 organisations. One is the WWF, which is not the wrestling people. It's the ones with a panda. One is the orangutan. Forgot the name of it now. Orangutan Appeal UK.
Okay.
And they run a rehabilitation centre for orangutans in the north of Borneo. But it's a UK-based charity.
Okay.
We have the International Union for Conservation of Nature, who are the non-governmental organisation who decide whether an animal is endangered, critically endangered, not threatened. Like they're the people that do the studies. They're an amazing organisation that have so many countries involved, so many people, scientists doing their studies, looking after the animals and their habitats. They're the ones you'll see the red list. You see it everywhere. If you look in Wikipedia, if you look up an animal, you'll see the IUCN red list.
Okay.
Great kind of thing is there. And the fourth one is the Royal Society for the Protection of Birds.
Okay.
They do a lot for birds and habitat and land and conservation as well.
That's brilliant. That's a fantastic thing to do.
They're great organisations.
Yeah. Well, I love talking to you today, Lynne. That's great. And getting to know more about you. And as I say, we'll put the links up for Lynne. And if you want to get in touch with her, certainly do that. And she's usually at our networking events. So if you ever want to come along to an EBC Collective networking event, come and do some networking with her and lots of other businesses. So really appreciate your time today, Lynne. Loving the sweatshirt, love the colour. You're actually blending in with the wallpaper there.
Okay.
You're colour coordinating yourself.
I was without even meaning it, but thank you very much for having me, Fiona. It's been a delight.
Yeah, it's been great getting to know you. So yeah, Christmas is coming, guys. What can you do that's different for your kids? I mean, I love the sound of that game. For me, it reminds me of in my era, we used to do scraps, and you used to have a book and have little scraps, and then you used to flick through the book and put the ones up that you wanted to swap, and then you would go through it and go, no, 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 no. Yes, I'll swap that one. Yeah. So it's that old. I mean, things just keep coming around, but we're now online. We're doing it all differently, but you're doing it for a great benefit. So. And
I should also say that our app is free to download, and you get 20 coins to start with, which gets you 2 packs of cards. So you already got a good start to your collection before you actually have to go and buy anymore.
Yeah, so say somebody's maybe struggling for a gift for somebody, then they can start them off, you know. Oh, yeah. So if things are tight for people, then they can maybe potentially do that for them. And get them a t-shirt or a sweatshirt.
Smashing.
Or a bag. Actually, I did see online you do the bag.
The tote bags as well, yeah, with the designs on them.
Okay. So us ladies or whatever, when we go out shopping, and that's a sexist thing to say actually, because my husband does the shopping, so.
You should get one for him.
Yeah, that's his Christmas present, sorry. Fantastic, Lynne. Great talking to you. And nice to see you. We will see you at the next event. So take care and speak to you later. Bye.